greetings from a warm San Diego, California, the San Diego Sports Arena. Hello, everyone. I'm Pete Liebengood along with Irv Brown. And Merry Christmas to you all, a belated Merry Christmas to all of you along the ESPN network. And I guess we're talking about Christmas. The San Diego Clippers have had their problems of late, and every team that comes in here, it's kind of Christmas. Irv Brown?
They haven't won. They've only won 4 times. And yet, I really believe, Pete, this ball club could be a 500 team come January the rest of the year. They got an outstanding front line. They don't know how to win. I think that's their biggest problem. They need to learn how to win. They got some talent.
Let's talk Portland right now. They're coming in here red hot. They have won 8 of their last 9 ball games, and their guy is Jimmy Paxson all the way.
Jimmy Paxson moves without the basketball as well as anybody in the NBA. He's an unselfish player. He seems to get a shot off when you would least expect it. Just an outstanding player. Besides that, he's very intelligent. He's another coach on the floor.
San Diego, on the other hand, has the top rookie in the NBA. We're talking about Terry Cummings out of DePaul. He is outstanding.
He really is outstanding. The guy will rebound every night. Reminds me a lot of Buck Williams, plus he can take you inside and hammer it down. He's the 7th leading scorer in the NBA. He's going to be around for a long, long time. He is a player.
The big news tonight, big redhead who used to play for Portland led them to a championship.
Lineups, first of all, for the 4 and 23 San Diego Clippers, this is the way they'll be matching up. At 1 forward position, it'll be 6'11" Tommy Chambers. Chambers coming in averaging just a shade over 16 points per game. At the other forward, it'll be the great rookie, Terry Cummings. His time on the court has been somewhat limited after that fainting spell just last week. Still, though, he's averaging 23 points per game. The big man, Big Red, Bill Walton, averaging 13 a game. Beginning this week, his 2-a-week syndrome. Hopefully, in a month, he'll be playing full-time for the San Diego Clippers. Also at the guard positions, Craig Hodges, young man who had 23 against Los Angeles the other night, averaging 8 points, another rookie. And Randy Smith, the veteran, at 6'3", 180 pounds. Paul Silas runs the show for the San Diego Clippers with a career record of 57 and 134. As far as Portland goes, this is the way they shape up. Calvin Nat averaging just about 19 a game for the 17 and 12 club. At the other forward, Michael Thompson checks in at 16 points per. Wayne Cooper will be starting as well in the front wall, averaging about 8 points per game, big with the boards, though. The big man with the gun, Jimmy Paxson, 22 points against Seattle. An impressive performance. That's just his season average last evening. And Darnell Valentine will start at the other guard. He's averaging around 14. Jack Ramsey, their coach, over 600 career wins in the National Basketball Association. The referees for tonight's matchup, it'll be Tom Nunez and Wally Rooney. John, an important game for Bill Walton especially.
Well, it's his debut in a sense. He had a great game the other night against the Lakers in Kareem. He outscored and out-rebounded him, I believe, in that game. It was very close, and that's plenty. I think the difference, though, Wayne Cooper has changed the Portland team around since he's been in the lineup. They've been winning. Be a great matchup with those two. I think that Portland's coming along great, no question about it, but it's a different lineup now with Walton back and Terry Cummings, one of the best. Iron deficiency. He can only play 6 minutes a quarter, so he's going to make those 6 minutes count. Very important.
That's John Andres. I'm George Grant. We'll be back at halftime to update you on everything that's happening in the NBA. We're set for National Basketball Association activity. Portland and the San Diego Clippers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, George and John. And we were talking, you were anyway, about Bill Walton and his return the other night against the Lakers. And he had 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 block shots. His best outing of the 8 he has played with San Diego. You see him right there wearing the goggles because he got a fracture in the cheekbone in a ball game 2-3 weeks ago. Ran into an old teammate, Maurice Lucas. The Clippers in white, new uniforms for the Clippers. Tom Chambers takes the tip and goes all the way for a quick 2.
But that didn't take long. Chambers, an outstanding rookie out of Utah, averaging 17 a game.
Jim Paxson with basketball. Valentine is the point man. Calvin Nat, the second leading scorer for Portland, gives off to the leading scorer. That is Paxson, who had 22 the other night. And there's the big redhead scooping it off. This is Hodges, a rookie, a third-round draft choice out of Long Beach State, a little out of control. The rebound to Cummings, 2 for the guy, the rookie from DePaul, the number 2 pick in the draft.
Pete, they run pretty good with Hodges. Of course, nobody outlets like Walton. You mentioned those goggles. He did pick up the injury. Plus, he got 7 stitches before the season even started when he ran into Chambers. Wally Rooney has a foul underneath.
Foul is on San Diego. Terry Cummings draws the foul. That is the first foul of the basketball game. Paxson inbounding. Paxson. 22 points in that win for Portland over Seattle the other night, or yesterday, as a matter of fact, as we have Cooper starting for the 10th time at center. Over to Michael Thompson, who's much more comfortable in that forward role. Thompson Thompson hitting on 15 a game. Here's Nat from about 16 feet, and he gets it.
Calvin really the heart and soul of that scoring, along with Paxson and Thompson. Those big three will get it done for Portland.
Here's Hodges, played for Tex Winter at Long Beach State, was a 4-year starter there. Good defensive ball player, picks up a lot of steals. This is Chambers on a high post, backdooring it to Al Wood, who is in the starting lineup for Randy Smith. We'll see a lot of Randy Smith, though, tonight.
You mentioned Wood. Now, they've been trying to use him some at that off guard. Here's another look. Chambers from the high post. A good pass inside, and there's the foul by Paxson. But talking about Wood, they've had a problem with that off guard. Of course, whoever draws Paxson has got a problem anyway. Paxson's an outstanding player.
Into Walton. And he gets his first two. Walton, on the season, averaging 13 points a ball game in his 8 ball games with the San Diego Clippers. Ball across midcourt and decides to call a timeout. So the Trailblazers want to talk things over. They find themselves trailing San Diego by a count of 6-2 here at the Sports Arena in San Diego. We're trailing the Los Angeles Lakers as you look at Jack Ramsey. 5 games behind L.A. was Portland with a 17-12 record. Jack Ramsey, and then you look at his counterpart, Paul Silas over there, his ball club, 17 games out of first place behind the Lakers, a record of 4-23. That's the worst record in the NBA prior to the start of tonight's play. Houston and Cleveland were 4-22. Houston is about to pick up loss number 23 against the Lakers. Nat going up with the ball. He is fouled by Cummings, I believe. Check it, it's Hodges.
Take another look. The skills of Calvin Nat here. Just an outstanding player. Strong inside, got the great legs. There's the foul as Hodges hits him on the arm. So Calvin, out of Northeast Louisiana, will get a pair.
Nat at the free throw line is an 80% shooter. Second best on the ball club to Jim Paxson. Well, he's 50% tonight. With 49 block shots, and he is nipped for a foul.
Cooper's really helped this ball club. Came over in the trade for Kelvin Ramsey, the point guard that went to Dallas. Here's the redhead, goes underneath, and Cooper goes up, does a pretty good job. He gets called for the foul, so the redhead will get a pair. He stayed in shape by riding his bicycle, lifted a lot of weights. He says it's just a great feeling, Pete, to be able to run and not think about it.
Walton makes it 7-3 Clippers. Valentine quickly up. Valentine shaping into an outstanding point guard for the Portland Trailblazers. He is checked out of there. Again, give credit to Walton on the check. Here come the Clippers. Terry Cummings bringing it up to the corner to Hodges. Cummings working on Cooper. Walton with a tip. Second time.
They are really tough on the boards anyway, and then they get Walton in there instead of Whitehead. It's something else.
Walton now with 5 as he's the leading scorer of the ball game. Chambers on Cooper. Top of the circle. High post. Valentine, 14 a game. His shooting percentage up to 48 from 41 a year ago. Cooper, good hustle on the rebound. Chambers picked up by Al Wood. Talked about Wood's shooting problems. Herb shooting 36% as that ball will be awarded to San Diego. Wood is fourth round pick, fourth player selected last year out of North Carolina. He really hasn't developed.
Well, he's got a guaranteed contract. Hodges knocks him down. Well, here's the kid. You're talking about a bloomer. This guy was around in the 3rd round, and I can't believe somebody didn't go for him. I really like him. He can run. He led Tex Winters in assists, and he can shoot a little bit, as you just saw.
48 selection, had a career high 23 against the Lakers, and it's Walton with the outlet. And here come the Clippers. 2 on 3. Behind the back is Hodges. Has the tendency to get a little out of control, but that's the rookie. Back to Wood, they'll slow it up.
Walton comes up. He's not in shape. He told me that before the ball game, but quite honestly, you don't have to be in as good a shape when you're the center. You get the ball in the outlet a lot. He'll play 32 minutes tonight.
Hodges again, and it is 13-3 Clippers. We have a whistle.
Cooper and Walton got tangled up, and Jack Ramsey will hustle in Kenny Carr. He's getting beat badly on the boards now. Jack's smart. He'll bring Carr in to muck it up a little bit.
Well, this is what Jack Ramsey got Wayne Cooper for, was the boards to help in that front line. And since he has come in as a starter, they have not been out-rebounded in 9 games. As Valentine misses, Chambers off the glass. They have a whistle. Check it. It's over here now. Thought I heard a whistle somewhere. Cooper big guy making his presence. Alley-oop to Chambers.
Great pass by Hodges. Walton got it started with a rebound, and thus far it's been one shot for the Trailblazers, and they want another timeout. They're in trouble. They're down 15-3.
Well, we told you, don't think about the records, because we had a feeling. Walton on his second successive night, and things beginning to fit together for the talent-laden San Diego Clippers. Director, or publicity director, I guess they call it now in the NBA. That's right. With the San Diego Clippers. Folks watching in Washington, D.C. So from Jim Dunlap, hello to Mom and Dad and family back there. Basketball here, 15-3. The Clippers on top of the Portland Trailblazers. Paxson working low post to Michael Thompson. Kind of a running hook shot. Rebound by Kenny Carr into the ball game. Kenny Carr, the sixth man for the Trailblazers now, gets tied up and is called for traveling by Wally Rooney.
Carr is matched up with Tommy Chambers. Of the three, Chambers not as good defensively as Cummings and Walton. This time does a good job. He forces a turnover.
Wood guarded by Paxson. Wood finding the range. He's had an awful difficult time. He was the third career scorer in North Carolina history. He's having trouble here. All the way is Valentine. Hodges on him. But it is Walton who sends it into the seats.
And that's what the redhead will do for you. As we pointed out, this is not a good defensive ball club. I'll guarantee you one thing. You funnel things into the guy from UCLA, and you don't have to be that good on defense. At least you're not going to give up anything inside.
He's averaging 4 blocks a game, is Walton. This is Michael Thompson. Up once, and Walton knocks that one away. And here come the Clippers on a roll. Wood pulls it up. In and out. Rebound to Valentine. They'll go the other way. Jack Ramsey's club can run. He likes 30 breaks a game at least. Thompson almost jammed it, and then Sluck rolled it, and it almost came out. 17-5 Clippers.
Michael did a great job out of the University of Minnesota from the Bahamas. We got to wish everybody Merry Christmas down there. He says ESPN is big in the Bahamas. Hello down there.
That's right. He says they have those big dishes down there. They can pick him up. They watch him all the time in Nassau. Walton to a low posting Chambers, and we have a whistle against the Trailblazers. It's on Kenny Carr. That's the third Portland team foul. Chambers to the free throw line. Chambers with 4 points. Make it 5. Chambers averaging 17 on the season, 17.1, just under his rookie year. Michael Brooks, third-year player out of LaSalle, who is the Clippers' sixth man, checks into the lineup.
Mentioned, Pete, that Paul Silas has a lot of talent up front. A lot of people making phone calls out here. I was in Detroit the other night. They're trying to get a frontline player. Hodges gets a rebound. Great pass.
Brooks missing once, and the rebound goes out to Michael Thompson, who is way down in the rebounding department, 9 from 11 last year. Rebound this time to Calvin Nat, perhaps Portland's most consistent player. He is fouled, and it counts. And the Trailblazers trying to get back in this basketball game.
Nat did a great job. He got the redhead up off his feet. Here's another look. You don't fool Walton that many times, even with the layoff of a couple of years. So Calvin knocks it down. He can cut the lead to 10, that is.
And he does just that. 18-8. Biggest lead has been 12. Hodges quickly bringing it up. Chambers, who has been on a hot streak, 28-21 his last 2 ball games after falling into a slump, and San Diego retains, and a new timer.
That's one of the things that San Diego lacks. They don't have good outside shooting from their forwards. In other words, they've got to penetrate to do some things to foul before the shot. The forwards are really tough and they're very aggressive, but you see a lot of teams pack it in. And you'll see it more and more with Walton playing more.
Well, they only have 1 ball player shooting 50% from the floor.
Pass that time from Brooks, who played for Lefty Irvin at LaSalle. Trailblazers keep the spread to try and negate Walton.
Paxson baseline. Walton knocking it out of bounds. Got it.
I think when I say they, Tommy Nunez gets him off the glass, and that's automatic in the NBA. If you touch it off the glass, there's a call, and it is correct.
Going the other way again, and the Trailblazers, Paxson, Chambers in pursuit. Foul call. Basket does not go. I'll go back to Walton because this is only the Diego beat Portland 118 to 104.
You got to look at his old coach, Jack Ramsey, and his old teammate, Dave Twardzik, doing some radio. And it was interesting watching Twardzik interview Lionel Hollins, who's had some knee problems here with the Clippers. That was a great basketball team.
Indeed it was. Paxson converts them both. He has 4 points now. Actually, Ramsey and Ron Culp, the trainer, are the only two left from those days when Portland won the championship. Paxson on a 3-on-3. Off the backboard and goes home for Paxson, so the Blazers trying to cut it down.
That's what he does best, Pete. He can shoot from any angle, and the Blazers have cut this thing down to 6. It's a very consistent basketball team. We saw them early when they were struggling. They've been playing very well.
Wood is fouled as he attempts to go baseline.
Wood does a good job going to the hole here, putting a decision on the official here. And Valentine will pick up the foul. Al Wood played for Dean Smith. As you pointed out, Pete, the third all-time leading scorer. Had a tough time finding himself. They've gone from small forward to big guard. Has never really settled into the one position in the NBA.
Well, guard is where they've got him now. And he hits 2 at 75% from the line. And 22 to 14. Darnell Valentine has a thumb up. I assume that means a 1. 12 seconds on the timers. It is Nat looking for Carr, who had his back turned to him. Now they got him for a traveling violation. San Diego will inbound. That's the Clippers, their problems. 4 of 23 this year. Counting a 19-game losing string they went on last year. As Hodges goes from the corner, no basket. And it's an offensive foul being called on Bill Walton. That is his second foul. San Diego Clippers have won only 8 of their last 66 ball games. They've really been struggling.
And it's really hard to believe because they do have some ability. They've got some talent. Here's a foul spotted by Tommy Nunez. We got to look at Paul Silas, the coach. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do more things than couldn't shoot a lick. He played for the Celtics. He kept it alive. Just did what you had to do to win. Same way when he was at Creighton. And I'm convinced if you locked him in the gym, he couldn't have got one. Came a long way without being able to shoot the basketball.
Michael Brooks caught with an elbow. This is Nav's the free throw line. Certainly Paul Silas is not used to losing as a player. He played for 3 world champions and was in the playoffs 14 of his 16 years in the NBA. This is a different story for him.
And Pete, you talk to Paul. He really believes that they can come along and be a very competitive ball club in January. And I got to believe, this team draws well on the road. They're not drawn here, but they do draw extremely well on the road. They got some people folks want to see.
Michael Brooks. The rebound to Michael Thompson. Number 43, working a little bit better at the forward spot than he was at center. He struggled at the beginning of the year. I told you he's grabbing 9 a game in rebounding. Valentine hanging in the air, struggle for the rebound. Nat doesn't like the call. It's going to go against Nat.
Loose ball fall on Calvin Knapp. The action was pretty good inside, and Michael Brooks will go to the line. 22-15 with 3:44 remaining. Clippers have the advantage.
Portland in the penalty situation on Nat's foul, his second, so Brooks will go to the free throw line in the penalty. Michael Brooks at the free throw line, only 64%. San Diego Clippers, as you look at Brooks, we're going to look at this ball.
Right, here's the missed shot by Valentine, and Nat is called for being on Brooks's back.
I'm telling you, when they get Jerome Whitehead out here, who wears goggles as well, that is Michael Thompson on the roll. Chambers with the rebound. Chambers his second rebound of the evening. Get Jerome Whitehead and Walton out here along with Michael Brooks, and they look like Debo. And then behind the Foster Grant. More goggles in this team than you can take a stick at. Chambers, the rebound is to Nat. Portland sweeping to the defensive rebound that time, the defensive board. Paxson works against Al Wood, and Al Wood has had all kinds kinds of trouble with Paxton, who has hit 21 and 21 in their 2 previous meetings this season. Should tell you that San Diego trails them zip 2 as Michael Thompson gets back to his center's role here with Cooper out of there.
Well, that was impressive that time because he posts up the redhead low, takes it right to him, cuts the lead to 7.
4 points for Thompson, who is averaging just 15-8 on this season, where he was over 21 last year. Walton, famous lob and taken to the hoop in the air, but he couldn't get it. Paxton, fast break. Carr slams it home. It's good. He fouled.
Silly foul by Tommy Chambers. Carr went hard to the hole, had a puppy. Paul Silas will hustle Jerome Whitehead in.
They can cut the lead to only 4. San Diego on 12 points at the beginning of this ball game. 2:31 left in the first quarter.
Take a look at the stuff. Kenny Carr, an off-season acquisition, stuffs it. Carr's a rugged rebounder. He'll get after it a little bit. He's got a chance to cut the lead to 4. Walton is out. Jerome Whitehead, and what a job this guy has done. He was supposedly out of the league. He's just come on, done a very competitive job. Pete Newell has worked hard with him at the camp, and you can see the difference.
3 points for Carr. Had 13 rebounds in that ball game, the win over Seattle the other afternoon. Valentine quickly up against Hodges. Hodges having a hard time staying with Valentine. Paxton doesn't get it, but here's Hodges for the transition. Got a 3-on-2 working behind the back. And a rookie mistake. A little too much in a hurry. Hodges averaging about 4 assists a game for the San Diego Clippers. Carr working on Chambers. Spins, then gets the roll. Carr upping his point total to 5 here. It's 24-22. The Trailblazers are just pecking away at it.
Well, they're a very consistent ball club. They stay with what they do well. They weather that early onslaught. Of course, Carr was just outstanding with that move. He just took it from Chambers, made it look easy.
I would have to say, as we look at Jerome Whitehead in the ballgame now, for Bill Walton. Whitehead missing the shot to Paxton, zings it, and it's taken away. It was intended for Carr. The Clippers will bring it up. Boy, Whitehead is the story. There's a guy who has persevered. Number 33 in white. Clippers, incidentally, brand new uniforms. Got him just a couple of games ago. Wood in the corner, and Hodges loses it on the one hand. As you look at Paul Silas,
it's painful. They've won only 4 times, and that's one of the things that's killing this year. They'll turn it over in key situations. They look so good early, and now it's just ragtag. They're not doing a thing.
Paxton underhands it, floats in the air, but it is Carr with a rebound. Carr really working the boards. Kenny Carr strong on the boards as we have a whistle and a foul against San Diego. It is against Al Wood, his first, and that is now 5 on the San Diego Clippers, so everybody will be shooting 2.
Jack Ramsey really believes that the change of scenery will be good for Kenny Carr. I believe he was the 4th overall pick the year his class came out, and he's never really realized that potential. He's starting now, but they feel he can contribute coming off that bench, and quite frankly, they just feel that they need another Kermit Washington, and that's what Carr can give them.
He's the second leading rebounder in the ball club, 8-7 a game, averaging 11.4 points, and now with 6 in the ball game. Knapp has 7, Paxton 6 for Portland. Walton leads the Clippers with 7. That's 49 seconds remaining in the quarter. It's 24-23. The Clippers have squandered a 12-point lead. Hodges just inside the 3-point line as the 24-second clock almost expired on him. Portland ball.
Portland really packing it in now, forcing the Clippers to shoot from the outside just to find them, and the strategy has paid off. They can take the lead for the first time tonight.
14 on the 24-second clock. Looking to get to Valentine. Valentine low post. Thompson against Whitehead. And the Portland Trailblazers have grabbed the lead for the first time at 25-24.
Here's a fight between Chambers and Carr. Tommy Nunez breaks it up.
They have no violation called, no foul called, just referee. And,
well, they did a good job stopping it. We'll watch the action at the other end. Fortunately now, Carr is matched up with Whitehead, and that'll let them both cool off. Neither one of them want to be bounced out of him. Neither one of them really want to throw a punch.
At 7 seconds, Wood takes the shot, doesn't go. Whitehead over the top. Number 33. Whitehead going over the top on the rebound with 5 seconds to go. Will give Portland a shot at 2 here. If the Blazers and the Clippers are in the penalty situation, and it will be Kenny Carr at the free throw line. 67% at the free throw line is Kenny Carr. Two for 5 there tonight. And it makes it 27-24. 4 seconds as Chambers have to pull it up pretty quick. Takes it all the way and gets it. Good hustle that time by Tom Chambers at the buzzer to close it to within 1 point. The Blazers, though, own it at 27-26, coming from 12 down to grab the first quarter lead. Don't go away. Schedule on ESPN continues. Monday night, December 27th, out west, Houston versus Pepperdine from the Firestone Fieldhouse in Malibu. Fred White and Dan Delwamini will have that one. The Houston Cougars, the Final Four team from last year, struggling a bit. Pepperdine Waves. Remember the name Orlando Phillips. He put on a show on ESPN last year. Pepperdine, good ball club against Houston, Monday night on ESPN. Finest college basketball schedule in the land.
It was 15-3 at the 7-minute, 55-second mark, and then from then on, Portland really took command. Outscored the Clippers 24-11. Now they have a 1-point lead as we start the second period.
Well, I think there was a little bit of emotion going into this one for some reason. Maybe it was Walton. I think the Clippers were caught up in it, and that has gone. And now we're just down to who's got the better ball club. Pat Lever into the ball game at guard for Portland as he deals to Thompson, a running hook. He gets 2, and Portland now owns a 29-26 lead.
Thompson has taken it to Walton twice now and just gone right at the redhead and scored easily.
And for Thompson, as we have San Diego inbounding. Thompson now with 8 points. Whitehead, Brooks, and Walton, the front line for San Diego. Randy Smith playing game number 869 in a row. As we get an offensive foul on Jerome Whitehead. Randy Smith into the lineup at guard for San Diego.
And the Trailblazers are going with their second-line backcourt. Pat Lever out of Oregon State, Jeff Judkins from Utah.
Tompkins and Walton really Thompson and Walton having a battle, and they get Thompson for traveling that time.
Both take another look. I thought it was an excellent call by Wally Rooney. There's the extra step. So the Blazers turn it over, and the Clippers cut the lead down to 1.
San Diego retains possession of the basketball. 869 games for Randy Smith. Almost didn't make it. Signed as a free agent just before the first game of the season. Played last year with New York. The Knicks. There's Walton looking for a cutter. Instead has Smith. Baseline. Back to Walton. Give and go. And Bill Walton brings it home. That is 9 for Walton to go with his 5 rebounds. 10:45 remaining in the first half. Blazers 29. Clippers 28. Been picking up the pace here. It'll go San Diego's way. The turnover. Smith guarded by Judkins. Judkins came into the pros with the Boston Celtics. Had his best year, his first year there. Randy Smith gets his first 2. Randy hitting 11-8 on the season for San Diego. The 11-year veteran.
Once again, Portland gambling. Instead of packing it in this time, they want a timeout. They tried to double up. And Smith burns them. Gives his ball club a 1-point lead.
We got a timeout, and it is San Diego on top. 30-29 as we start to go back and forth. I want to remind you this program is authorized under rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited. In the huddle with Paul Silas and his ball club at home. I mentioned they've won 4 and lost 23. They are 3-1 at home. Talking about the Clippers is Jack Ramsey's club, which is something like 13-2 at home and 4-10 on the road. But the last time they won a home game was November 24th. I'm talking about the Clippers, so it's been a long dry spell at home.
The final, Los Angeles beat Houston 96-94. Milwaukee over Detroit 106-96.
Now Houston's record is the same as the Clippers, 4-23. Thompson working on Walton. Garbage rebound by Cooper, his first 2 points. Brooks had it and couldn't hang on to it, and Cooper was there to pick it up. 31-30. Blazers. Brooks, who was the second leading scorer a year ago, to Hodges, and that ball may have been deflected by Lever. Lever, very good defensive ball player out of Arizona State, a rookie, the 11th player picked in the draft. Into Thompson, working on Whitehead this time. Whistle. They got a traveling call on Thompson.
Lever's tough. He's seen about 17 minutes of action now. You mentioned Arizona State along with Byron Scott. Got a lot of good rookies coming in the league from the Pac-10. Lever here. Lester Connors with Golden State.
Lester trying to get on track up there. He came in late. Lever just made it, signing before the season started, as Walton takes it to the hoop. And Bill Walton with 11 points here in the first half. And it's early in the second quarter. 32-31. The Clippers get it back. Sutton in the lane, in trouble, and he's called for walking. Checking in the lineup is Calvin Nat. Richard Anderson, a rookie from UC Santa Barbara, who was picked in the second round, into the lineup at forward for San Diego.
Pretty good shooter. Needs to build that body up, possibly get on those weights and do a little better job, but he's a good shooter from the outside.
Anderson, second round pick, as I indicated, has a high of 21 so far this season. Against Portland is Randy Smith, a patented long-range jumper. And he gets his 4th point. 34-31, so the Clippers up at the 3 again against the second line for the Portland Trailblazers. At least second line backcourt. Paxson and Valentine out of there. Carr, 5 seconds on the shot timer. Whistle blows. 3 seconds is the call against the Portland Trailblazers, and the Clippers have a chance to up it to 5 here. They had a 12-point lead against the Lakers the other night. They were down by 20 points and closed it to 0 and finally lost by 5. Whistle. 2-2. That would be Judkins on the foul. First team foul for Portland in the quarter, and Jack Ramsey has asked for a timeout as he feels that the San Diego Clippers are starting to reestablish some momentum. We will find out if they can keep that momentum when we return to the San Diego Sports Arena.
Giant-sized slice of Americana is coming your way on ESPN. It's the pageantry and tradition of the Rose Bowl, a football classic and the granddaddy of them all. Pac-10 kingpin UCLA battles Michigan. The Big Ten champion Wolverines will be looking to avenge an early season loss to the Bruins in this celebrated showdown. It's an ESPN college football special set for Tuesday, January 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Travel to Pasadena with your Total Sports Network and follow in the footsteps of the legendary Newt Rothby, Pop Warner, and the famed 4 Horsemen of Notre Dame. It's the Rose Bowl on ESPN. We're writing another page of television sports history with a football first. Get set for this bigger-than-life classic. UCLA meets Michigan, Tuesday, January 4th. The Rose Bowl on ESPN, where the cheering never stops.
Coming your way Tuesday on ESPN, ice hockey, the Soviet All-Stars versus the Edmonton Oilers. The Soviet All-Star team is visiting North America for a 6-game international series with National Hockey League clubs. The series opens when the Soviets face off against the Oilers. ESPN will be there for complete live coverage beginning at 9 Eastern Time. That's Tuesday, December 28th. Right here, it's the San Diego Clippers and the Portland Trailblazers. The Clippers on top 34-31. Pete Liebengood along with Irv Brown and a tired young lady right there. Perhaps has gone so far as to take in a doubleheader here today. A lot of folks attending the San Diego Chargers home game here as the Chargers continue to roll while the Clippers have their problems. Whitehead on a feed from Anderson. Whitehead scores. There are some who say that the Clippers have a less potent offense than the San San Diego Chargers. Some folks. I wasn't one of them.
Excellent move by Nat. Oh, I tell you, when he wants it, he goes to the hole as hard as anybody in the league. Gets all that strength from those legs, Pete.
9 points for Nat, 10 short of his game average. Cooper in the rebound, the Blazers. Trying to cut it to one. It's Lever. He had to arc it over Walton and give Walton an intimidation credit right there. The big guy takes a blow, and his leg coming up as Smith works inside to Jerome Whitehead. And the foul is on Pete Verhoeven, who is in the ball game for Portland. Verhoeven, a second-year player from Fresno State. You're looking at him there, number 31. A fourth-round draft pick, not a talented ball player, one of those overachievers. And here's some news right here. Swen Nader getting in the game.
Well, I watched him before the ball game. He's very tender. He's coming in for Walton. He gets a big hand, but watching him run before the ball game, I just don't think Swen's ready to play yet.
Walton leaving the ball game with 11 points and 5 rebounds. Randy Smith from way out there, and Smith hits another. That's 6 for Randy Smith as he's starting to catch fire. It is 38-33. The lead is 5 for the Clippers. It hasn't Sven Nader been coming in for Bill Walton for a lifetime? Cooper takes him down low. Loose ball foul.
Pete, they've had so many requests for Jerome Whitehead. They're really afraid to do anything because of Nader's physical problems. They don't think Anderson can play against the real mean, tough centers in the NBA, so they're not doing anything. And it all depends on how fast Nader comes along. They know they need a guard, and yet what do you do when you just don't know how it's going to work out with Swen?
Cooper goes right by Nader. Nader, this is only his 3rd game of the season. He had a broken kneecap, played only 21 games last year. And he has just 8 points all season. Nat off the glass on a nice speed, and it is 38-35 Clippers by 3.
Hey, watching Nader go up the floor, I mean, it is an effort. The guy is still in a great deal of pain. Haven't seen him jump yet as Jimmy Paxson gets ready to come back in for the Trailblazers.
Underneath, it is Terry Cummings who has re-entered the game. Good second effort on the second ball. He gets the hoop and is fouled.
Boy, he likes to play the game. He was something else for Ray Meyer at DePaul. Here's the horse. He'll rebound every night. I mentioned, reminds me a lot of Buck Williams because he likes to play the game. Can only play a limited time now because of that iron deficiency. Still the 7th leading scorer in the NBA.
That is his 5th point on this evening. Terry Cummings averaging 22.6. He passed out at a ball game December 15th at Salt Lake against Utah, and they determined it was iron deficiency. That's all they could determine. They put him on iron tablets, and he's limited to about 22 to 24 minutes of ball game where he was playing 36. Here is Smith quickly down to Hodges. Nice pass into Cummings. Works the lane. Checked by Verhoeven, and we got a jump ball. Good work by Pete Verhoeven.
He did an excellent job. He played for a defensive wizard, Tiny Grant at Fresno. He shows some skills right there. There it is. He caps the ball. And unless you drop it intentionally, it is not a travel. It's just a jump. Michael Thompson wants to come in. They say Lever blocked the shot.
Well, and Pat has a smile on his face because Pat Lever at 6'3" is going up against Terry Cummings, who comes in at 6'9", 220, and you betcha Terry Cummings wins it.
You know, Walton would tell you many times in college that the toughest guy he went against was his backup, Nader. Brogan is in the ballgame at the other guard for Paul Silas.
Nader from outside, way outside, and you can see there, as you indicated, Irv, he just barely can get off the ground.
He's in a lot of pain, and it's going to take a while for the big guy. They're trying to get him a few minutes, probably in the first half, to get used to it and everything, but he's just very tender.
Jim Brogan into the ball game now, guarding Pat Lever as Pat puts it up. Hit it short, the rebound to Nader. Brogan, second-year free agent from West Virginia Wesleyan. Here's Richard Anderson, and he gets it from 21 feet.
I'll tell you something. That guy can shoot it from the outside.
His first 2 of the ball game. Nat fakes on Cummings, goes to the hoop, good move, but Nader is there like a brick for the rebound, or a brick house, I should say. That is 3 rebounds for Nader since he has come in, so between he and Walton they have 8. Cummings, an easy 2, and it's 10 points again, 45-35. Their biggest lead has been 12. The Clippers, that's right, the 4 and 23 Clippers leading Portland, which has won 8 of 9. been the problem for the San Diego Clippers. 118 a game.
Yeah, they really have had some problems, particularly defense and the shooting guard. But I just feel a guy like Walton changes all that as far as penetration. He'll discourage you quickly.
Van Nader, the big guy with a long hook.
Hey, look at this.
His first
Clippers are back up by 12. It's nice to see Nader get one, because he really has had a rugged time.
10-year veteran, played with 6 teams, 3 in the NBA and 3 in the ABA. Valentine checks in with his first 2 points of the evening. Valentine averaging 14-6 on the season.
Well, he was the reason that they traded Ramsey for Cooper, feeling that Valentine and Fat Lever would give him excellent production at the point guard. Clipper turnover.
Well, that's certainly, on the surface anyway, as you watch, and a lot of folks thought that Portland had made a mistake, but here you got Cooper, who's playing a big role as a starter. Ramsey playing less and less for Dallas.
Well, but he can't beat out Brad Davis. It was a very good move for Portland.
Good feed by Carr as Michael Thompson takes it to the hoop. Thompson with 10, Nat with 11, and Thompson with 10, the leading scorers for Portland.
Well, if you chiseled out a basketball player out of concrete at what you want him to look like, be like Cummings. Look at the body on that guy. Look at the arms and the legs. You just hope all his physical problems will be all right, because he is something. There's another turnover by the Clippers, and Paul Silas just grimaces. Man doesn't like to lose. He's been associated with winners all his life. It's just been very painful here.
I think he knows that he needs one now to get some momentum going.
You know, what's interesting, Pete, I felt when he had Lionel Hollins, that was a pretty good outfit. There's another travel call. Third time that Portland has traveled. Bill Walton comes in, Tommy Chambers comes in, and Paul Silas wants a timeout.
And you indicated, we should say, that Lionel Hollins, acquired from Philadelphia in the offseason, expected to come back on January 1st from a knee injury. He will help the Clippers immensely. We'll be back in a moment. We've got 2:47 remaining in the first half of this, the second half of our NBA doubleheader on ESPN. You joined us late and you missed a good one, as the Philadelphia 76ers won by 2 over San Antonio, 124-122. And we got a little bit of a surpriser. I guess it's a surpriser anytime San Diego is ahead of somebody. 47-39, the Clippers on top here. A team that has won only 4 times this year, and as I indicated, 8 of the last 66 to Walton. Tried to work it low post to Cummings. San Diego will retain the ball. Cummings and Walton, both with 5 rebounds. Cummings take it to the hoop. He's fouled by Michael Thompson.
Look on Cummings is a true one. He likes to go to his left every time with the dribble. And thus far tonight, that's what he has done. He's so strong. That's a good front line. Cummings, Chambers, and Walton. You know, a lot of people think they need a small forward. But I tell you, it isn't too shabby the way it is. In fact, you take a look at the teams in the NBA. How many front lines would you rather have in this one?
Not too many. Hey, Michael Brooks coming in as the 6th man frontline player. Their second leading scorer a year ago.
That's why they really feel proud of Paul Silas. If they can get something going in January, they can get very tough on everybody. You know, they're in a tough division. Got some teams that can really get after it. Boy, they could really be a factor. This ball club could play 500 ball easily, get a little guard play, and believe they can win.
Oh, I agree with you, particularly when Hollins comes back. Walton knocks it away from Thompson. On the second, or call it the third try, Thompson prevails.
Yeah, but I tell you, the crowd liked it because Walton blocked one with one hand, then he blocked another one with 2 hands. But that'll show you what Portland will do. Portland will stay after it pretty good. All Jack Ramsey coach teams do that. Nice pass.
Thompson with 12 as the Blazers come back the other way. And this time Thompson loses it, but he says Randy Smith knocked it out. The officials say no. 1:48 remaining in the half. 48-41 Clippers. Chambers hit from behind by Kenny Carr.
Those two got into it early in this period. So Chambers is on the line. That's 5 team fouls on the Blazers, none on the Clippers. 1:44 remaining in the half.
The Clippers will in effect have 1 to waste. Chambers, a 74% free throw shooter. Tonight he's 1 for 2 from the line. Good-looking kid.
Saw him play high school basketball in the state of Colorado. He led the state in scoring, and you knew he was going to be special. Utah won a recruiting war, and he was the #1 pick out of the WAC, along with Danny Brains, a teammate, Danny Ainge from BYU, and Tub Bradley from the University of Wyoming.
There's Danny Brains having a big role with that Seattle ball club right now. And Ainge beginning to find himself with the Boston Celtics. 49-41, a minute 35 remaining in the half. Valentine, see the door close on him offensively. Foul is on Hodges. So there is the foul to Byrne. Although we are in the last 2 minutes, so now anything else is a penalty shot. Paxson. Valentine gets it back. 3 of them. The whole front line was right there. Chambers, Walton, and Cummings, and Smith on the break. And the Clippers up at the 10 once again.
That's what Hodges can do for you. He'll run the break awfully tough for just a kid. Can't believe that the guy lasted until the 3rd round. He's a player. Simple as that.
Randy Smith with 8 here, coming off the bench for Al Wood. Valentine, where the traffic is heavy and Paul, but he gets it down. Valentine now with 4, 51-43, Clippers. Tried that alley-oop one time too many that time to Chambers. Chambers complaining he was roughed up. Portland with 41 seconds. They're down by 8. Whistle before Valentine's shot. And a 3-second violation is the call on the Portland Trailblazers, so 34 seconds remain. Clippers will try to up it to 10. Walton leading the Clippers with 11 points here in the first half of play. The big redhead in the wrong uniform of your Jack Ramsey tonight. Misses that one. Look at Cummings, the #2 pick in this year's draft, and he's a dandy. 11 seconds to go. The lead is 10. 1 shot left for Portland. Ramsey up hollering, number one. Valentine in traffic with Walton. Gets it out, and he ran him out of bounds. So Portland will not get off the shot. 2 seconds remaining.
Paul Silas wants him to throw the long pass. The veteran Randy Smith will have it. Let's see if they put Cummings underneath. I don't think they take a chance with Walton. They'll throw the long pass, I believe, now.
Cummings is down deep. Here we go to Chambers. Chambers gets it off. I'm not sure if Terry Cummings would have let that go. He might have got some kind of roll and had a hoop at the buzzer. But nonetheless, the San Diego Clippers will take what they have because they have come out here and certainly given one the distinct impression that they are not a 4-23 basketball club. As they jumped out early to a 12-point lead, saw it go down, where Portland took over by 3, but then they climbed back and pulled to a 53-43 halftime lead here at the Sports Arena in San Diego. What we're going to do right now is go back to
the Clippers with 5 more field goals made. Check in with a total of 52% in the first half, 40% for the Blazers. The rest of the story looks like this, just about even all the way down the line. Scoring totals, Thompson with 12 points in the first half for the Blazers. Calvin Nat with 11 points and only 2 personal fouls. You can see no one in real serious foul difficulty for Portland. Looking at the Clippers, Bill Walton with 11 points, only 2 fouls as well, and no one in serious foul difficulty here. Terry Cummings, in spite of the fact he has not played very much in this first half, has 10 points. Chambers has 8, Smith 8, and Wood 4. Let's take a look at the rest of the story.
Pete Liebengood and Irv Brown back here at the San Diego Sports Arena, and John was mentioning Jim Paxson, only 6 points in the first half, and Jim, well, thank you, gentlemen. Paxson with 6 points, and he's averaging the leading scorer of 20 points a ball game for the 21.2, as a matter of fact, for the Portland Trailblazers, and hasn't been, Irv, I don't think, as effective moving without the ball tonight as he has in past games that we've seen him.
No, that's his strength, and he just hasn't. I'm sure that Jack Ramsey was concerned about their movement anyway. They seem to be a little intrigued with Bill Walton, is a feeling that I have. Seems like that's all we're talking about is Walton, but that has been the big story in this first half, is some of the things that Bill has done. Paul Silas, his ball club up by 10 points. The Trailblazers will have the basketball. Got to believe those. We talked about Paxson. Al Wood will draw him, and Paxson normally starts to really heat up, and you'll see some stuff from the guy.
Well, Wood is in there on Paxson, the same starting group for both ball clubs right now. Darnell Valentine with the basketball. Portland in red. Just starting the second half here. Paxson can't find it from outside. 10-point Clippers lead. Frank Hodges leading in assists with 4 in the ball game with the basketball to Wood. To Walton. At 11. Turnaround off the glass. UCLA style. Terry Cummings with a rebound. Cummings, the second leading rebounder on his basketball team. 9+ a game. Boy, he is a dandy. Has time to be an ordained Pentecostal minister on the side. Does Terry Cummings.
Good hands by Valentine. He caused all of this.
Valentine fouled as he goes up for it by Chambers, and Jack Ramsey will be quick to point out Darnell Valentine's improvement this year is one of the reasons now that Portland is on the move.
Valentine caused it by blocking Chambers' shot. He goes down. Chambers picks the push here. Don't know what he's hollering at Wally Rooney about, because very definitely he saves the layup, picks up the foul. Darnell can cut the lead down to 8. We've just begun the second half.
Valentine 79% from the free throw line, gets that one. Valentine now with 5 points. Leads the league in quadriceps. There's no question about it. Boy, the legs on that young man.
Well, he ran about 7 miles a day during the off-season.
Says that's all he does. Doesn't use any weights or anything like that. It's just basically God-given. As Walton spins and goes to the hoop, but he was fouled long before he outstretched those 6'11" arms.
I got to tell you, they say he's 6'11", but Michael Thompson is 6'10", and he just looks so much bigger than Michael when they pair up.
That's a good point. That's 4 fouls on Wayne Cooper. As Valentine comes up with a steal off to Thompson, a 2-on-1. Wood in trouble. It is Paxson. A nice effort by Wood, but they get him for a foul.
Al did a good job, and Paul Silas is up on the call. Wally Rooney says he hit him on the arm as well as getting the block. So there'll be a couple of free throws. So Paxson has a pair. His ball club trails it by 7 now.
Take your choice on that call. Paxson, the best Portland has at the line at 81%.
Talking to him before the ball game about his brother at Notre Dame. Says that that ball club's going to come along. Look at Walton set a pick underneath.
Paxson 4 for 4 at the free throw line with 8 points. Tries to get a steal there. Valentine scrambles for it. Who's got it? It's Paxson. Portland. 3-on-3. Paxson will pull it up. Valentine goes quickly to work. Cooper from way outside. And Wayne Cooper, who had 17 against Seattle yesterday, has 4. And we have a timeout. With 10:31 remaining in the third quarter, the lead is 53-49, San Diego. Semi-final on Wednesday, championship game on Friday, December 31st, 1:30 a.m. Eastern time. That will be live, all live on ESPN. And maybe the folks at the Hawaii Rainbow Classic should have thought about Chaminade, inviting them to play.
They do a bad job against Virginia.
Yeah, knocked off number 1. Cummings, 15-footer.
That's their first bucket of the half, as they've been a little careless with that basketball. Paul Silas calls a timeout, gets them squared away. They now lead by 6.
Valentine getting it right to the hoop for Nat.
Foul number 34.
Foul is on Terry Cummings. That's number 2 on Cummings. Cummings, though, just before that, showing his ability to shoot from the outside as well as go inside. Cummings now with 12. Nat at the free throw line has been the most consistent player in this ball club. This half, 11 for Calvin.
Last year when the Blazers won 42 ball games, you talked to the people around. They really felt that this guy gave an effort every time he stepped out on the floor. That's the only way he plays it, 100%.
And he's 4 for 6 from the line. Calvin Nat at 55-51. Biggest Clipper lead has been 12. That has been twice. They led by 10 at the half. Into the redhead, and he gets it off the glass.
Boy, he is so tough in front. Try to get some backside help from Michael Thompson. Walton's very intelligent, though. As soon as Cooper fronts him, he just looks for the lob.
13 for Walton. Chambers on Cooper. Cooper forcing up a shot, and Walton is there for the rebound. Walton now unofficially with 6 rebounds. Cummings has 5. Here's Wood infrequently takes it to the hoop. It is blocked nicely. And Portland gets it going the other way. 6-point Clipper lead. They have led most of the way. And Thompson showing the other part of his game. Long range.
Paxson did all of that time, Pete. He blocked the shot thrown up by Wood, which was bad shot selection. Then he gave Cooper something he could handle.
14 for Thompson. He leads all scorers until now as Walton throws up number 15. 13 is his average. 15 is what he had the other night. I think the redhead is back.
A year ago, when I saw him, he was doing color for UCLA basketball games. One day I'm going to play again. Everybody didn't believe him. Here he is.
Thompson, 16. Oh, I'm sure he had some doubts at one time. I ran into him a couple times when he was doing, as you indicated, the color for UCLA, and fans would, of course, see him at game site, and Bill oftentimes wearing a three-piece suit, as San Diego will retain the ball. A whole different image for him now that he's a law school student at Stanford, or was anyway. Well, he enjoyed it. He enjoyed being surrounded by fans.
Oh, he's a good man. I'll tell you, I talked to him before the ball game about his studies. He says, well, I'm not sure I'm going to take any classes next semester. He's on break right now. That's so funny. As Paxson knocks one down. But, you know, you're talking to a pro, and he's talking about he's on break now.
January 15th is his last final at law school there. We got a 59-57 ball game. San Diego on top by 2. Walton on Thompson. Hey, we got a battle going here. Big guy points one out and says, thank you, Mr. Chambers, for the assist, as Walton now has 17. How's that for a check? His 5th block for Walton. Thompson going to try it again. Intimidated underneath. Chambers on the outlet to Hodges. Can he run it down? Yes. Wood. Nothing but net for a guy who's been having trouble shooting. And just when the Blazers start to close it, the Clippers move out again. It's 63-57, San Diego.
Jack Ramsey tells Darnell Valentine, slow down, get some tempo here. Want a set play, looking for Paxson.
Double stack on the left side, the weak side, and that's Valentine working the lane free. But here come the Clippers on the break. It's Wood with a slam.
That went from Walton to Hodges to Wood. It looked good. Clippers by 6.
You know, the only thing missing tonight, Irv Brown.
What is that?
The big guy, the redhead with the goggles, hands over his head, turning his wrists over, as he did throughout a campaign. His 3rd with Portland, his 3rd year when they won the title. What a familiar sight that was, although he looked like a hippie then. He looks like a law student now.
Delay of game called by Wally Rooney. Clippers lead it by 6. They have the basketball. 7:05 remaining in the 3rd.
Wood playing much better in this quarter.
Yeah, he really has. He's done a very good job. He's had one bad shot. Other than that, he's been tough.
Harry Cummings. 14 points. 6 for DePaul in his years there. Calvin Nat answers. Number 15 for Nat.
Some were Calvin's brothers in the CBA, and he's scoring some points up there.
Underneath to Hodges. Good move under the basket. The guy is known for long-range ability. Hodges coming up with the basket, his 6th point.
How many times have you seen Walton do that from the high post? When he was with Portland, he'd give Bobby Steele that pass all the time.
Michael Thompson. Well, Michael said, I want to get 25 for the folks in the Bahamas. He's working on it. He's got 18. 69, 63. Underneath, it's Cummings, muscling. Ball's going to go the other direction, though. He may have stepped out of bounds.
Boy, that is good defense. I think they run offense. You talk about good defense. 4 Blazers just collapsed on the baseline. That's the trait of Jack Ramsey. They'll deny the lanes, and they'll really take care of something down low.
Offensive fouls on Cummings. 3rd team foul on the Clippers. Portland with only 1. 5:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Wayne Cooper trying to give and go to Valentine. No. Thompson with 3 seconds on the timer. Hey, Michael's putting him down, isn't he?
Guy can play. Also had that bad foot that he broke in the offseason several years ago. Apparently is all healed up now. He looks good tonight.
Missed the whole year. His high is 25 this year, and he has 20 tonight. Chambers slams it home. Chambers, who had a career high of 39 the last game of the season, which happened to be against Portland last year. Chambers now with 10. Second-year man from Utah. Backdoor. Boy, Paxson works that nicely. Nice assist by Michael Thompson.
There's that movement without the basketball as Paxson is warmed up. He's got 6 points this half. That equaled the total he had the first half.
And a total of 12. We have a 71-67 ball game, but the Clippers continue to hold the edge. Continues your way. The Liberty Bowl, the Hall of Fame Bowl, Bluebonnet Bowl, Rose Bowl. Of course, that's following the NBC Network presentation. The Senior Bowl, Hall of Fame, Vanderbilt versus Air Force, Liberty Bowl, Illinois versus Alabama, and the Bluebonnet, it's Arkansas and Florida. That's December 31st, and that one, the Rose Bowl, of course, New Year's Day. Senior Bowl, Saturday, January 22nd on ESPN. College basketball and college football, and of course, Sunday night with the NBA. Right now, it's 71-67 at San Diego. Bill Walton goes from outside the jumper. And it's 19 for Walton.
Chambers did a good job from the high post, being very much aware of Walton cutting the middle. That's his first jumper. Everything else been a hook or a tap in or a stuff.
You know, they say the only thing different about that left foot, which has had 2 operations. Cooper trying to do it on a turnaround. Falls. And we got a fast break on this one. 3-on-2. Good work by Carr. And a save by Wood. Dr. Ernie Vandewey, who is a physician, but basically a friend and financial advisor, says the only thing different about Bill Walton now is he once had a high arch and pigeon-toed. Now he's just playing flat-footed on the left foot. Loose ball foul on Michael Brooks. That is the 4th team foul, second on Brooks.
Chambers can't knock this one down, and then Brooks out of LaSalle gets on top of Thompson. That's the 4th team foul on the Clippers. The Blazers only with the 1.
And that could be significant if we're at 3:55 here in the 3rd quarter. Portland's only lead was at 29-26. Offensive foul on Paxson.
Tried to get Jim Paxson down low to low post Al Wood. Wally Rooney calls the offensive foul on him.
Jack Ramsey not particularly pleased with that call. Valentine trying to work the steal, and the foul is going to be on Hodges, who was stripped.
Valentine, one of the best in the NBA at picking up a steal. Here's Hodges, gets a little careless. So Valentine strips him, and then Hodges grabs him. He'll go to the line.
Valentine averaging better than 3 steals a game. Picked him there, and of course,
he does have a great pair of legs. You talked about it earlier, Pete. I'll tell you what, this guy is a runner. Pair of legs on him, huh?
Yeah, he looks like with those legs, if he really wanted to
Walker,
go up,
30 pounds lighter,
it might not come down.
That is a good-looking athlete.
73-68. Clipper lead is 5. Hodges. Oh, a little revenge from the rookie in your face.
I'll tell you what, Jack Ramsey stands up and he says, Valentine, what are you doing? Because that time Darnell was just standing flat-footed, and Hodges makes up for what happened before.
75-68. San Diego on top. San Diego looking like a team that wants it for a change. Paxson got a give and go, and that's what Paxson does best.
You know, he isn't fast, he is quick, he just has tremendous body balance and gets it done.
The captain has 14 for Portland. Out of Dayton, he is a dandy. Walton, and it's knocked away by Thompson, but they're going to call it goaltending and give 2 more to Bill Walton, who now has 21 points.
There's Walton going hard to the baseline as Cooper gives it up. Thompson comes over, and there's the tending call, 77-70 in favor of the Clippers.
That's Walton's. Oh, look at Valentine throw it up as a foul is called. 24, that would be Hodges. Walton's high this season was 20 against Phoenix on October 29th. So he's surpassed that. Did you say he's coming along?
Well, I'll tell you, it's so good for the NBA because people really like the way this guy plays the game. He knows what he's doing. I didn't know how it'd work out, Pete, going once a week. Hey, it's worked out all right. He's back. Now he's going to go twice a week and play all of the 3 ball games in January as Whitehead comes back in along with Verhoeven. Who knows, pretty soon you might see him every day because he is having fun. That's the main thing. It's fun. He's going out. Listen to the hand. There's not a big crowd here. But I'll tell you, they'll make some noise. They like what the redhead has done. Listen to him.
No, you got to know you got a winner with this guy. I mean, never lost a game in high school at Helix High School nearby here, as Valentine is at the line and misses one. Lost, what, 4 games at UCLA and winning 2 national titles. NBA championship in his 3rd year. Sorry, that's Verhoeven.
I think Stu Inman did an excellent job drafting this guy. They did their homework. Verhoeven had good fundamentals out of Fresno State, and he showed you a little example of that right there.
Started 23 games for them last year, but has done better in a backup role. Clippers need to get back some momentum. Here's Michael Brooks is back in. To Wood. Paxson strips him. It's anybody's ball. Look at Valentine. Quick hands to Paxson. Paxson making his presence felt now. 16 points, 10 here in the 3rd quarter. 2:11 to go in the quarter. Here's Wood again. Net for Wood. I'll say one thing. When he does find it, it's no iron involved. He's got 10.
He's got a good jump shot, too. It's nice to see the guy knock a few down, get some confidence. Look at this guy.
Chambers takes it off the glass. Chambers now with 6 rebounds to go along with his 10 points underneath to Brooks. Good assist. Brooks was second in that department of this ball club last year, but Whitehead couldn't hang on to it. Wood now go with a hot man, and for one of the few times all year, Wood is hot. His best effort is 19, and Wood is at 12 right now.
Kenny Carr and Michael Brooks having quite a match underneath. We'll watch that because they're leaning on each other, pushing and shoving pretty good. Carr got into it with Chambers earlier.
Randy Smith on Valentine. Got Smith.
Tommy Nunes calls hand checking.
Number 3, Jeff Lampkin for the Trailblazers.
Valentine will go to the line.
He replaces Jim Paxson. Darnell Valentine to the line.
Valentine at the line for the 7th time. He's 3 out of 6. 7 times in this half.
He made
a 4 out of 7.
Peach made a point earlier that foul count really would hurt the Clippers. They only have the Blazers, that is, only have the 1-team foul. And of course, Portland's been in the bonus for some time.
1:20 to go, so Portland still has 1 foul to waste. They only get 1 foul in the 2 minutes preceding the end of a quarter. And then you're in the team foul situation. And look at that. Al Wood.
Jack Ramsey sent in Jeff Lamp to try and get something going. 22nd timeout. Jeff Lamp got all over Wood. Didn't do any good. When you're hot, you're hot. 6 points Clipper lead, that is, as Al Wood has taken over.
14 points. And 10 of them have come here in the 3rd quarter for Al Wood. We've got a minute 2 to go. 83-77. And Paul Silas over there saying, guys, we could use one. And it looks pretty good right now, so keep up the tempo. I think Silas had to be pleased with the effort against the Lakers on Thursday night, though. When you're out of it by 20, it looks like a laugher, and all of a sudden you've caught up with them.
Pete, I just don't think this ball club is a joke. There's just too much talent. You know, you win a few and you get used to winning, something that they haven't done. Why not? Take a look at those people over there. Brooks can play the game. We've taken a look at Wood. We've talked about Walton all night long, Cummings, Chambers. There's some folks over there, and they just need to win a few, get that confidence. They'll be a factor. I don't say they can win that division because that is a mean division, but they certainly could be a factor and make some decisions who's going to the playoffs.
Well, they just need to work together. Michael Thompson takes it straight to the hoop, and Thompson has 22. And he's just 3 shy of his best on the season. San Diego at times, although not so much in this ball game, but against the Lakers, looked like a ball club that they just weren't quite sure of where they were supposed to be and couldn't really depend on the other guy to be where he was supposed to be. As we get a turnover, it'll go Portland's way.
That's a great effort by the Blazers. They force a double dribble call. 1 shot, says Jack Ramsey. There's still 27 seconds to go on the game clock. And we're down to 18 on the shot clock.
Working for 1 is Valentine. 7 seconds on the shot timer, and Valentine. gets his 14th. He has really come to life here in this third quarter. We're down to 5 seconds. It is Randy Smith, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Thompson, long pass intended for Valentine. No harm, no foul at the whistle. And Randy Smith comes over to talk with Tommy Nunez, but in vain. And again, the Blazers come a little closer, 83-81. It is a good one. Continue to share it with us. A doubleheader over San Antonio, 124 to 122, and that puts the 76ers now a game and a half up on idle Boston in the Atlantic Division. Midwest Division, Kansas City with a win over Utah tonight, 120 to 118, and San Antonio going down, so that's 1.5 for Kansas City. Milwaukee, a winner over Detroit, and the 1 and 2 teams in the Central Division, so that's a 3.5 game spread there for Milwaukee over Detroit. We'll see Detroit next Sunday night against the Lakers in Inglewood. Clippers, though, the lead has been closed to 2. Whitehead out of his range. But there's Wood. Smith. They give it to San Diego. San Diego battling on the border. They've been out-rebounding the opposition by 5 a game, so they can go to the boards.
Yeah, they really will pound the backboard. Poor shooting has hurt them all year long, and that was very bad shot selection.
Walton, talk about bad shot selection. Michael
he's
Thompson
hurt
with
too.
a check. Is he really?
Well, no, he's all right. He was limping for a minute. Now he's all right. That was a bad shot by the redhead.
He went off the pivot foot in a strange motion. That's for Hooven, and we are brand new at 83. So the halftime lead of 10, owned by San Diego, is gone. Walton wings it to Wood. Good save by Whitehead. 72 steals he has on the season. Make it 73 with a one tonight. Hey, Brooks, that helps from outside for San Diego. 85-83. Michael Brooks with only 4 points. Off the bench, he has been averaging 11. Thompson and Walton. Sky hook. No. Foul.
Loose ball foul. Number 34, Kenny Carr.
Take a look at the loose ball foul. Kenny Carr will pick it up. This is Walton underneath, along with Brooks. They go up, and Kenny Carr comes over the top, picks it up against Whitehead.
Third personal against Kenny Carr, who is back in the ball game. Jeff Lamp battling Randy Smith there as Hodges takes it all the way. Finger roll. Walton committed too soon. But San Diego will get it. You got to watch Hodges from outside. I thought he was going to go up with that three-pointer, and then he took it in the lane. But he is 7th in the NBA in that department. The rookie with 9. Like this matchup. Like to see what happens. The other way goes Walton. He's fouled.
So Big Bill will get a couple. 85-83 in favor of the Clippers. You know, they've got their number 1 draft pick next year, too. They don't have their second, but they do have their first. It just makes you wonder.
Yeah. First foul on Thompson as Walton is good at the free throw line. Bill now with 22 points. Scramble for it. Good effort by Lamp that time. Carr. Verhoeven may have walked. Hey, Pete Verhoeven coming off the bench.
Did a great job. Along with Lamp, he's seeing some playing time. 86-85 in favor of the Clippers. Verhoeven went right at Walton.
Brooks against Verhoeven. Good move that time by Michael Brooks, third-year player out of LaSalle. Member of the 1980 Olympic team along with Al Wood. Here is Valentine. Left-handed, and there is Verhoeven, but he can't convert. Good effort by Brooks on the defensive board.
Every time Portland has made a run, the Clippers have been able to pick up a bucket or 2. They lead it by 3.
Scramble, Valentine. Oh, what do they say?
Well, it's off Randy Smith. Valentine paused it again. Jack Ramsey goes to his bench. Cooper will come back in. Also coming in is Nat. Thompson comes out. Verhoeven did a good job, missed that layup, and he was disappointed in himself, but he did some good things. He'll come out. So it's Valentine, Lamp, Cooper, Nat, and Kenny Carr.
Cooper, we talked about him being a starter. He's been quiet, though. Only 4 points and 2 rebounds. Lamp. Turn around, blocked by Walton. Call it block number 6.
Got a loose ball foul going against Portland. So with 9:13 left, Carr picks it up.
That's his 4th. 88-85. The Clippers looking for only their 5th win of the year.
Was looking for a foul as he looked at Wally Rooney. Once again, looked like he forced a shot. Fat Lever comes in for Darnell Valentine. Valentine really created some good steals and had some good effort. Here's his
boy. Jeff Lamp doing a job defensively on Randy Smith and got a travel.
Lamp was excellent in Virginia. He'd keep the defense honest with Sampson. Seen a lot of playing time here in this period when it's sticky.
Lamp was a first-round draft pick, the 15th player selected. A little bit of a disappointment, but slow in the development. They're not panicking. It's Calvin Nat. We hear from him for, well, it hasn't been all that much here in the second half. 17 points and 11 at the half. 88-87. It stays close. The Clippers lead it. We'll be back. What happened in the NFL today. Join Tom Mees and Chris Berman for SportsCenter tonight at 11:30. That's 11:30 Pacific time. 88-87 here with 8:37 to go in this basketball game at the San Diego Sports Arena. Pete Liebengood along with Irv Brown. Happy you could join us as Randy Smith is denied the shot. And we have an offensive foul on Bill Walton. So it takes away the hoop. That is number 3 on Walton in the personal foul department.
Blazers can take the lead now. They're down 1. They fought pretty good this third period, led by Paxson.
Walton, you can hear him with a rebound. And that is number 7 for Walton in the rebound department. To Hodges from 18 feet. Greg Hodges.
Got a good pass, Pete, from Smith. Once again, every time the Blazers have made a run at the Clippers, this young ball club has answered with a bucket. They lead it by 3.
Irv, I am just surprised at the confidence that Hodges portrays out here as we have another whistle on the drive by Nat. For a first-year ball player who has only 12 starts.
He really has done a job. Here's Nat once again coming in here very strong, gets fouled. He'll get a pair. Back to Hodges, though. He played for Tex Winters. Tex been around the horn. He's been Northwestern, Washington, in the NBA at Houston. So the guy will teach you the fundamentals. And Hodges, I think, is going to be around for a long, long time. You get Lionel Hollins back to team with him in the backcourt in January. That's a pretty good basketball team you're looking at.
And Smith and Wood coming off the bench. That's not going to hurt you either. Goes left that time, does Walton, with a score 90-89. He is fouled. That is the 4th team foul now on the Blazers, so one more and they're in trouble. And that is the 5th personal foul against Wayne Cooper, so he has been plagued by foul problems. Cummings looking for Brooks. Brooks falls down. That's as simple as that. It's a good idea at the time. 90-89. San Diego with a couple of 12-point leads. Portland once with a 3-point lead. Been pretty tight ever since. There's a battle going on there between Brooks and Carr.
That's not a new battle. They've been doing it all night.
And they don't get the 24-second clock. And Carr, I think, got involved with Brooks.
You got it absolutely right, Pete. And there's Jack Ramsey. There's a pained look of a coach. It cost his team an opportunity. No coach likes to see that clock go off without a shot. Tommy Chambers getting ready to check back in.
Smith trying to work off the Walton pick. Gives it to Cummings. Terry Cummings, the rookie, looking awfully good. 16 points. Boy, if he's got an iron deficiency, he'd fool me. Walton with the intercept. Hodges against Lever. Hodges wins it.
Walton gave him something he could handle, and Hodges gives his ball club a 5-point lead. Jack Ramsey is beside himself. Timeout for Jack.
Hodges, the rookie, with 12 from the veteran Bill Walton, and Walton is making his presence felt here in San Diego. It's a different-looking ball club when you got him on a regular basis. 94-89, 6:38 to go. And here's how they got to the intercept by the big guy.
There's Walton as they try to go down the middle. What a very good pass, and that's what upset Jack Ramsey. And then Walton gave Hodges, a rookie out of Long Beach, something he could handle. Paul Silas Ball Club leads by 5, 6:36 remaining. Paxson sitting out for the stretch. He'll be back in soon.
Well, John and George touched on it on the NBA Tonight from the studios back there at halftime about how Walton has such great perception of his guards once he gets his handle on the ball. Hodges pulls it up that time, and he got the break from Smith. Boy, Smith can still get down the court in his 11th year out of Buffalo State. Cummings doesn't go.
Here comes Paxson and Valentine as Jack Ramsey will make his move now. 6 minutes left in the basketball game.
Portland trailing by 5. Remember, they've won 8 of 9. They had won 6 in a row until they ran into Seattle early in the week. Then squared things with Seattle yesterday. That is Lamp.
Looks like they got Kenny Carr over the top. That's bad shot selection by Lamp, taking it into Walton. Ball club down 5. You need a better shot than that. Thompson comes back in. Clippers by 5, 5:50 remaining.
Wayne Cooper, who has 5 fouls, reports in. Carr goes out. Carr with 5 fouls as well. And it's Chambers at the free throw line with Portland. Now in a bonus situation. Chambers with 10 points. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 2 of 5.
This is interesting. Walton has not gone inside the rebound all night long from the free throw line, really trying to save steps, but now it's on the line and sticky. He steps in there. He's matched against Cooper, and Walton is really sneaky on missed free throws. Chambers is short many times, Pete. Let's see what happens. There it is. He's really short.
He was short there. He needed a push of about another 3 feet. So Chambers does not get the first down. And we're still at 94-89. Tried to go underneath the Cooper, stolen away by Hodges. Randy Smith wanted to run it. Good effort that time by Paxson as he retrieves it and gets hammered by Randy Smith.
That's the difference with the ball club. They didn't used to winning now. They really didn't have anything going there. Needed to hold it up. There's a pained look of the coach, Paul Silas. Ball club had a chance to lead by 7. Now it could be down to 3. As Portland, led by Paxson, intercepted. Paxson's in the right corner.
Valentine, a little reckless going down, but we have a whistle. And the call is made by Wally Rooney from midcourt. It's on Cooper, and that's going to exit Wayne Cooper. So their big guy at center is gone. So what do? Do you have to go with Carr, who has 5?
Let's see what Jack decides. He'll take a timeout and think it over. Valentine penetrated. There wasn't anything doing. That was a very costly turnover for the Trailblazers.
We have 5:23 remaining in this basketball game. The San Diego Clippers with a 94-89 edge. Jack Ramsey discussing things. Jack Ramsey, the winningest active coach in the NBA right now. Just about 4 games, I think, over Gene Shue. They're battling back and forth all season.
5 out of the last 6 years, he's had a winning season. The guy can coach. He's had a lot of tough luck out in Portland with injuries. And you look back at that ball club that we were talking about that Walton was on, Gross, the guy who we mentioned took so many backdoor passes from Walton, Hollins, Maurice Lucas, and Dave Twardzik sitting over there doing some radio. And he lost every one of them by one reason or another. They've had all kinds of medical problems there, too.
You wonder what the thoughts of Ramsey are as he watches Bill Walton
I was
going
thinking
up and down the court.
Because I'll tell you something, just to watch the guy, you got to appreciate his skills.
Of course, the Bill Walton drama with Portland over the injury and was well documented. Accusations back and forth. Walton with a lawsuit which was settled out of court this summer. Walton still being sued and a countersuit against the former owner of the San Diego Clippers, Herb Levin. That has not been settled yet. So Bill, I guess that's maybe why he's going to law school. Take care of business.
Defend himself.
Having a good time here tonight, though.
He mentioned before the ball game that he's got 2 homes, one here, one by school, and the main thing is he's having fun.
Wayne Cooper. He's not.
Wayne picked up that 6th foul just a minute ago.
After the big game, 17 points yesterday against Seattle. He had only 4 with 2 rebounds tonight. Just ups his total to 13. That's his first trip to the line. There he is, 1 for 2. Scramble for it. Foul is going to be on Chambers. Loose ball foul. And that will hike the team foul total to 3 for the Clippers. 4 on Chambers.
Clippers have missed 3 out of 4 free throws. It's really going to hurt.
They shot only 69% in the first half. And they were only like 50% against the Lakers at the free throw line. Nat stripped by Chambers.
Boy, Tommy Chambers had an excellent move there after picking up that loose ball foul. 5 minutes remaining. Clippers 95 and the Blazers 89.
Lead is 6.
Threw in a left-handed hook. We haven't seen that shot in a long time. Bill gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. Let's take a look and see if we can pick up the foul. We're kind of screened out here. Here's a big redhead. They collapse around him with 4, and apparently it goes to Thompson. Walton can give his ball club an 8-point lead.
And he does. 25 for Bill Walton. I'll have to go to the record book to see the last time he scored 25 points for anybody. I bet you're talking Portland.
You could be right.
Oh, look at Calvin Nat.
Is that some kind of quickness and strength?
Small forward.
Blazers have not quit. They've got very quick hands at the guard line with Paxson and Valentine.
Nat with 21. 98-91. Terry Cummings gone cold here in the late stages of the 3rd quarter, and in the 4th quarter has Cummings as Valentine feeds off to Paxson again.
The Clippers didn't get back. It's as simple as that. Now, their pattern the last 2 years is to have a lot of turnovers late in the ballgame. This thing is not over. They've got a 5-point lead. They didn't get back. They dogged it that time, and they are very capable of turning it over to a bunch.
Walton floors Paxson. Randy Smith contributes from the baseline as Randy Smith puts home his 10th point.
Well, the veteran's been around a long time. He's been doing that for a lot of different ball clubs.
193. Carr, a little out of his range, but he'll take it. Carr with 16 now.
He was a great college player. Norm Sloan at North Carolina State.
Check it, that's 10 for Carr, unofficially. It's right around his average.
You got to go to your cannon. There he is with it right there.
5 seconds on the clock. He had to get it off, and somehow Cummings comes up with it. Chambers, he's going to try muscling. Does it count? They've got a blocking foul. I would assume it's Carr. Walton goes down in a heap and has not moved. Boy, it gets quiet here in a hurry.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carr's hurt. Walton is, they're both going to be all right, but what contact. Let's see if we can pick it up, Pete. All right, here's Chambers. This is a big hoop. Tommy Chambers, who didn't draw iron on a free throw, goes under, gets his ball club a big hoop, and then Carr gets tangled up with Walton. Both are all right. Tom Chambers can give his ball club an 8-point lead. The last time he missed both free throws, and as we mentioned, was very short on the second one. Did not draw iron at all, and boy, the crowd reacts. 3:18 left, 3-point play in effect in the NBA, and they got a good one right there. There it is.
No, sir. Thompson, who has been shut off by Walton here in the late stages. 2-on-1. Hodges, the rookie. It rolls.
be the one that puts it away, too. Randy Smith, who knocked the jumper down from the corner a minute ago, gives a nice pass to Hodges, the rookie who has excellent spin here with the left hand, pays the price. Valentine drills him from another angle. Smith to Hodges. There's the foul by Valentine.
104-95. 2:55 remaining in the basketball game. The Clippers trying to make it 5-23. But I think the Clippers of the future are different than the Clippers that have lost 23. And here they come. Randy Smith, who is really wanting to get the fast break going and has for the Clippers. Teamed with Hodges in the backcourt. Although Al Wood has come off the starting role, a limited starting role, and contributed a bunch of points, 14. For the guards, really doing a job for the Clippers. Not to mention this guy. Whirls deals off the glass, and Milser. Cummings, good second effort. Calvin that doesn't like it. 2:23 remaining.
You know, talking to Paul Silas, he felt the only skills that those forwards lacked were shot blocking skills. But boy, Cummings had an excellent block at the other end just a minute ago. Look at that.
They got a guy who'll teach him. Walton on the give and go to Randy Smith. The two veterans hooked up. And the Clippers lead it 106-95.
Got to look for the three-point play now. Let's see where Paxson is.
Portland's troubles continue on the road. They're only 4-10 as opposed to 13-2 at home.
You know what's interesting talking about that, though? They won 15 games on the road last year. That's better than the 77 championship team did.
Well, we've got a foul on Hodges when we resume play. It is 11 points, and the folks here on their feet, not that there are a lot of them here, they've been averaging only 5,400. That is 5 personal fouls on Hodges, as Silas has a word to his troops. They will take a winner here, though, I think, in San Diego, and until this ball club does begin to win, the romance will not be hot and heavy.
What's interesting, though, I think they got a winner, general manager, in Paul Phipps, and I think the guy, everybody's coming at him. They're trying to steal. That's just as simple as I can put it. They're trying to steal some of these front liners, and Phipps is going to do some intelligent moves. We look over. Kenny Carr has got an ice pack on that left knee. The team is huddled around Jack Ramsey, with the exception of Carr. It looks like he's in some pain.
You mentioned Phipps coming out of the Dallas organization, and with Norm Sanju there, boy, he got an education in how to build a franchise. And I guess when you go with as many losses as San Diego's had last year and this year, you're really talking about building with the addition of the Waltons and a couple of the draft picks this year.
Pete, correct me if I'm wrong, even though this franchise has been losing, don't you have the feeling that they could get right suddenly? There's just too much talent here.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you take a look at what they got going, and people lick their lips. I mentioned I was in Detroit the other night, and Don Chaney, who played with Paul Silas, was on the phone trying to cut a deal right there. Detroit needs a forward badly. San Diego's got some front court strength.
Well, Paul Silas, I think, not so much out of frustration, but in the knowledge that unless Bill Walton could be a regular contributor, it was throwing his team out of sync. And the problem I saw against the Lakers the other night, until they got it going late in the ball game, which I have not seen tonight, is the fact that everybody seems to know just a little bit more, like they've improved 15% from that ball game as to what everybody's role is. And as they develop that, I think you're going to see a ball club begin to turn itself around.
What's interesting, they're beating a ball club that has really been hot. Portland has won 8 of 9. They're very well coached. They know what they want to do. And San Diego's hung in there tough.
Look at Walton. Valentine taking it to the hoop. Walton, I think, is going to get caught with a foul. But did you see the big guy stay with a quick Valentine?
Hey, Valentine is quick. You talk about that first step explosion. Here's the situation, 106-95 with 2:01 remaining. And if you're a Clipper fan, you got to be sure that your team blocks out here, because Paxson is on the inside, and he's very capable of picking up a tip on the second shot. Valentine missed it.
He has been at the line for 8 shots here in the second half. Has Valentine, and with that one, gets 15 points. He's made 5 of 9.
Here's where Poise has to pay off in the backcourt. That's why you love to have Smith, because this is good pressure by Portland. They can press decently.
And they got it working right now. 106-96. Look for the trap here. Here it comes as Verhoeven comes up. They get it off to Hodges, so they break the trap. Walton works high post. 1:46 remaining in the game. The lead is 10. Chambers. Walton almost walked with it, and then it loses it on the stump to Valentine. Look out, here come the Blazers.
Kenny Nat did a great job, or Calvin Nat, that is, a great job blocking that shot.
Blazers, the veteran Blazers. How could you call them veteran Blazers? 106 to 100, and we apologize. We understand we've lost some audio. Somebody kicked the plug, as they say. Right now we're 106, 100. Clippers with 1:15 to go.
Well, it's down to a couple of three-point plays, and the Trailblazers got back in this. An excellent block by Nat. Then Valentine showed some explosion. Paul Silas needs a bucket right now. His ball club leads with 1:15 to go by 6. But that isn't anything in the NBA with that three-point rule.
Well, it's time to start thinking as we look at Silas drawing on the floor here at San Diego Arena. Portland shooting only 16% on three-point plays. Calvin Nat, believe it or not, is the team leader with 2. Lever has 1, and Paxson has 1. Paxson only 1 of 7.
Take a look at Nat's last block and what happens from it. This is Chambers, makes the pass, and this is the Walton, the big redhead that Calvin Nat, who is 4 inches shorter, goes up and does a great job. Big play. So Valentine knocks it down. I got to believe that the Blazers will foul Tom Chambers immediately, because Tommy has really had his problems at the line. Has not drawn iron the last 2 times. Hodges, Smith, Cummings, Walton, and Chambers for the Clippers.
He would be my vote.
Well, Jack Ramsey's very smart, and he knows that Chambers has struggled. He's had a problem.
Full court pressure. 1:15. On the trap, we have a foul on Verhoeven.
31, Peter Verhoeven. That's his second personal foul.
So it will be Randy Smith going to the free throw line for the San Diego Clippers, who lead by 6.
Number 9, Randy Smith to the line.
This guy you want, he's been there a lot in his career.
Not tonight, though. This will be Smith's first effort. Randy at 81%. He's a good one.
There's the odd number, and that's what you're looking for if you're coaching the Clippers. Paul Silas likes that.
We talked about this guy's speed. He almost joined the North American Soccer League, Tampa Bay Rowdies. He's a great soccer player at college at Buffalo State. 108, 100. Smith puts him up by 8. Portland better get it going. Way outside his Nat three-point range. Nat retrieves it. Almost steps on the midcourt line, backcourt line. Paxson gets it from the corner. Paxson comes back to life. He has 20. Just a point short of his average. 49 to go. 5-point lead. Smith, the trap is
there.
On.
It is.
It's away. You called it, Herb Brown.
Well, you saw Ramsey right away as he had Verhoeven foul him. Crowd is trying to help Tommy Chambers, who's been struggling at the line. They're up cheering just to the left of us. 108, 103. 42
got him
seconds left.
2 for 7 from the line, Herb. Oh, my goodness, 2 for 8. And these are critical. He has missed his last 3. Second last 4. And there he finally hits it, so he broke the string. 109, 103, 38 seconds to go in this basketball game. And we've got Nat out of bounds.
He was looking for a three-pointer. Calvin stepped on the line. Got to foul quick now. Now you can't be choosy.
Double team. Gets it to Hodges. 15 on the clock. Walton not waiting. Here comes Cummings. Oh, he almost knocked the board down. He is fouled. Woo! And that youngster take it to the hoop.
Well, another look at the kid from Marquette, went hardship this year. Late signee, hangs on the rim, no call. So Terry's got a pair, and he hits one of them. It's ice. 25 seconds left.
Two out of three from the line. 2 out of 4. And quickly a timeout call by the Portland Trailblazers with 24 seconds remaining in the basketball game. The Clippers lead it by 7. It's going to take a stroke of luck for the Trailblazers to pull this one off.
So you're looking for the three-pointer, and then you got a foul right away, but that odd number, the 7th point, should be enough for San Diego. Want to get their 5th win tonight. And, of course, Cleveland has won 4 times, Houston 4. Now San Diego should pick up that 5th win. Portland would sink to 17 and 13. That's a tough division in the Pacific with LA and Seattle, Phoenix. Golden State hadn't really gelled yet, but you just have the feeling that they could get it going. They've got a lot of talent in that backcourt.
At the top, they'll stay the same. Los Angeles and Seattle both winning, so Seattle will remain a half game behind. Phoenix will drop to 5.5 out, and Portland, should they not close here, will fall to 6 games out.
There's a look at Tommy Chambers, and that's what you got to do. You got to shake it off. He did hit the 7th point, one free throw, and he's only 1 out of 4, I believe, the last time. And you just shake it off. You have nights like that.
That's Lionel Hollins that he was joking with over there. Lionel in civilian clothes. They say January 1st, perhaps.
He's still got his skills, too. He can still play the game. You know, Philadelphia let him go, but they've got so many good players in that backcourt. Andrew Toney is such an outstanding player. And Lionel still has his skills. He can help this ball club.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody can take this team for granted, either at home or on the road. Particularly if they start to take care of the basketball a little better. There's just a lot of talent. Jeff Lamp will come in, so Jack Ramsey has all his three-point shooters in.
Nat, Lamp, Paxson, Thompson, and Valentine. 24 seconds remaining. The Clippers lineup consists of Walton, Cummings, Chambers, Hodges, and Smith. Paxson, the second Lamp from 3. No, Walton. That should about close it out. Lamp may get one more foul here. Walton baseballs it to Hodges. He holds it up. So we've got 11 seconds remaining in the basketball game. Cummings is fouled. That's all they can do, and the foul is on Michael Thompson. Now the San Diego fans, and look at Bill Walton down the opposite end of the court. Big smile on his face. Fans, I think, in a salute to say, hey, I think we have arrived. You and I, Bill. Listen to this. Now they're getting on their feet.
You ever seen people so happy and this is only their 5th win? I'm telling you, there's some good things ahead for this outfit.
He will sit out the next 2 ball games. He will play next against Houston December 30th.
This is the first time they've won with Walton in the lineup this year.
Right.
They were 0-8.
Lamp from 3-point range. No. 2 seconds to go. Paxson gets the easy hoop, but the San Diego Clippers have broken an 8-game losing string by knocking off the Portland Trailblazers, who had won 8 of their last 9, as the Clippers take it by 7, 112 to 105 here in San Diego. And the next time the Clippers come to call it home, there may be some more folks in attendance. Good ball game. Herb and I will be back to recap this one for you after we take a timeout. Prophesizing as we were tonight, but we said that the San Diego Ball Club from the outset, forget the 4-23 and forget the fact that Portland had won 8 of 9, that San Diego was a team that might be ready to blossom, and tonight they did.
There isn't any question about it. We've well documented about Bill Walton. We hope to get him out here and visit with him a little bit, but they came out, and I thought every time Portland made a run at him, Pete, they had the answers. We talked about Walton, but hey, don't forget Wood. Smith did a job, and how about the young kid Hodges? They just went out and did what they had to do to get the victory. I really think they're going to be a factor from here on in.
From a statistics standpoint, I guess you could say that It was a battle of two former Portland centers. Michael Thompson was now a forward in Walton. Some pretty big numbers on both the boards and the scoring department.
Yeah, Michael Thompson can play the game, any question about it. And Portland's got a good ball club. They got a little sloppy at times tonight. I know that Jack Ramsey will be upset with that, but they just got beat by a ball club that I felt was ready to play. It's as simple as that. This team is no joke. Anybody can knock you off in the NBA on a given night, but you're not looking at the little sisters of the poor. They have good talent.
Well, I tell you, sometimes the San Diego Sports Arena has been likened to a morgue. There weren't a lot of folks in here tonight, but there was a warmth, there was a response to this Clippers ball club and to Bill Walton that we saw at the end here that I think has got to give Paul Silas and this franchise a little hope for the future. They got to be on a high right now. We are going to go away from here right now to the NBA Tonight studios and come back.
Thank you, gentlemen. And back at the NBA Tonight, George Grant along with John Andres. John, we talked about it before the game that this was a San Diego team that maybe was a little bit underrated, but not to take anything away from San Diego. This was a Portland team that played a tough game last night against a good ball club, had to travel. That could have been a factor, too.
Well, that was Seattle last night, and tonight is their fourth game of the week, and the second time, by the way, that they faced Seattle this week last night. That's a factor in the NBA, and I think it attributed, George, to their rather flat first half. We saw Paxson come alive in the second half. But I think the night belongs to San Diego, however, and Bill Walton's arrival back as a full-time player. I mean, he was in there all game. What a tribute, or most of the game, what a tribute to his stamina, the fact that he was able to bang and go as hard as he did all game. He sort of is the kind of guy that sets standards for centers, I believe, in how he plays the game.
Dick Motta said it earlier in the week when Dallas beat San Diego. Pat Riley said it when Los Angeles beat San Diego. They said this is not a bad team. As a matter of fact, this is a team, Motta said, that he thinks will be in the playoffs, even though they had a 4-23 record at that time. They've won their fifth game, and possibly if Walton does come back full-time, they could be a factor come playoff time.
They could be a factor, but I think really realistically more as a spoiler because they're playing in the toughest division in the NBA. That Pacific division is the toughest. They have more winning teams than any of the other divisions. But they're going to be an interesting team, and they have a lot of players out there. I bet you Paul Silas's phone rings every day when they talk about some of the talent on that team that other teams would like to get a piece of. Let's talk about a Craig Hodges as an example. And I bet there are a lot of NBA general managers that don't know anything about this guy, but if they watch this game tonight, they were very impressed, as L.A. was earlier in the week when he had 23 against the Lakers. Craig Hodges, who is he? He arrived tonight also on national television anyway.
You know, talking about Big Red, the man who told the story tonight, along with Hodges and company, back at the San Diego Sports Arena, we have Bill Walton to talk about his first victory with the San Diego club this year.
Well, it's a real pleasure. Last time we visited, you were doing a little color for UCLA, and now things are going good.
It's going a lot better for me now, Irv, although I did enjoy that color commentary for the Bruins, but it's much more fun to be a player while I can be, so it's great to be out here. It was a great win for us tonight. I was wondering if I was ever going to get a victory again in the NBA, but it was a good ball game, and we played well. Yeah, the things went for us well early, and then we kind of let things get out of hand, but we came back and stayed with the things that got us to where we we're in the lead, and we held on for the good win.
So many peaks and valleys for you the last 4 or 5 years. You're having fun. You told me before the game that this is as much fun as you've had.
I'm having a lot of fun. It's just great to be able to run around again. For the past, I don't know how many years, I've just been limping around in a lot of pain all the time, but now things are going real well, and I'm real thankful for everybody that's helped me get this far, and I just have to keep going and hope to play more.
We mentioned before the ball game and visiting with you, once this ball club learns how to win, this could be a very fine team.
Well, we showed some good things tonight. We also showed some bad things. We tend to get out of sync. We also don't really know what all of our skills are. They don't, a lot of these guys, were in diapers when I was playing before, and
you're not that old.
I'm 30 years old now, and rapidly going on from there. But really, I haven't ever played with any of these guys, with the exception of Lionel Hollins and Swen Nader and Randy Smith. And Swen and I, are not really going to play together at the same time. Lionel's hurt with a knee injury right now. But as we get to know each other, as we get to know what our strengths are, and not to give each other the ball in tough situations like me driving for left-handed dunks, we'll learn how to win a lot more games.
Do you have any pain right now in your foot?
No, mostly my wrist. I took a hard fall underneath the basket at the end of the game, and you know, just it was a good, rough, aggressive game. But I'm doing fine. I'll be playing next week.
Bill, it was a pleasure to see you again. Thank you for visiting with us.
Great to be out here. I'm glad to be in this seat and not yours, Irv.
Back to the Tonight studios right now.
Thank you, Irv. And Big Red's got a couple of days to rest up because he doesn't play again until late this coming week. So San Diego Clippers back on the rebound after winning tonight in the second half of our doubleheader against Portland. The first game, it was Philadelphia winning over San Antonio by 2 points. We'll be back with more on the NBA tonight after these messages.